I popped outside to give you an aerial view of what we're doing. I feel like this is the best way to do this. But today we've moved back the entire greenhouse, and that's where the turkeys currently are, but we're not keeping them there. The hope was to really stop here and put some fruit trees around this area, but that's for the future. And we were left with a ton of bricks when we first... I love you too. When we first moved in. So I've been using them for garden boxes. If you're new here, this is my son's little box garden, some of his melons. The goal was to put another chicken run right here, which I have to set up, and I will do that review as soon as I possibly can, but it's been busy. So that's what's happening with that, and it's not going to connect. I'm just going to line it up with that chicken coop right there. If you did not know, male turkeys can get super dominant. We have a great male turkey, but I'm just concerned with my hens. So we'll see what happens, because we do have to do a little Drake duck jail eventually, because he will start going after a hen if he gets bored with his duck ladies. So with that being said, quick tour from the top. We have the bean TP trellis, which is exciting. We have everything coming in here. Again, this area will be blocked off, and maybe we'll have some planters down the middle, just for some extra wine berries and whatnot. I have been loving still these little trellis baskets from, oh goodness, what are you? I don't know, some sort of insect. These trellis baskets from a company sent them to me months ago, but the raspberry and blackberry bushes are doing awesome in there, and I've just been kind of pinning them up, and that's our little spot to sit. Over here, you might have noticed that I did end up, oh, I see some disease on that squash. I was needed by somebody. Anyways, that could be anything. I really have to go underneath the leaf to see what's going on there, but I think this is looking good. You may have noticed I did put some lights in there, some solar lights that kind of wrap around the trellis. I'm very excited about that. So this bed is looking awesome from the top, and the goal today is to get this bed established. So we're going to do the Florida weave method with our peas, and then I'm going to sit down with you and show you what I'm planning in my fall garden, and we'll talk about that. So I am in zone 5B still, I think. I'm not sure. You can look in your almanac. It's changed if you didn't know. So we have that happening. We have the tomato cages happening, and then we also have some of my favorite herbs, and then there's various pots around the property. Someone asked me to do that tour, and I totally forgot. There's so many different various pots around the property that I'm just kind of forgetting about, honestly, and we're going to use that for something, but I'd like to get this area cleaned up. We did go to a local place and get wine berries from a woman who sells wine berries, and she sells some milkweed for the monarch butterflies, and I love that. She has such a beautiful property. But yeah, that's going to be our little berry area right there, and the goal again today is just to get these seeds in. But before I do that, I want to get something installed. I'm super excited. A company sent me a camera, and of course you could use it for home security. I want it for my garden, and I want it for my birds. So my goal is to kind of have it centered here, just to see who is taking some of my seeds. I have a hunch that it's Nosy Rosie, the groundhog, but it could be anybody. It could be squirrels. We've been putting peanuts in the yards to attract some of the crows, so the crows will deter the hawks. So honestly, it could be anybody, but we're hoping that if we get those seeds in rather quickly with a quick germination rate, then we should be good. So let me get you inside and I will show you the seeds. Okay, it's a mess behind me, but I'm trying to do my sheets and this video and errands today. I'm excited I got out of the house, but I have the window open. If you hear any shooting in the background, my son and my husband are doing target practice on lantern flies. So the lantern flies are outrageous. If you don't know what they are, look into it, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, because I can't stand them, and they're going to take down my garden, and they're gonna drive me nuts. So the boys have found that shooting them with BBs is a good form of I don't know, mental health, and they can practice their shot and all that. So anyways, I'm going over some seeds that I have that I plan on planting today. So Brussels sprouts, will I see any produce this year? Probably not, but it's an 85 to 110 day harvest. It's a 20-inch space and it's a 1/4 of an inch depth. So you know, you can sow these whenever you want. I don't think I'm going to see any produce, but I might as well get them started. I got my asparagus started, so we should be good with that. And then my son and I went through and picked some quick seeds. So the sweet corn is going to be 78 days to harvest. I told him that we may not see many, because when you check your frost date, you're supposed to add 2 weeks. And right now that really leads us into some cooler days. But if we plant them in a different vessel, we can move them to the greenhouse. So I told him that is a possibility. So I think we'll do that. We got arugula, 35 days to harvest. You really can't beat it. We love fresh salad, especially towards the end of the summer. So I always do greens. I'm direct sowing greens probably 5 times in the summer just because we love them so much. Broccoli, I usually start indoors. I'm just going to throw it in the ground. 71 days to harvest, and I think we'll be fine. I do the Sun King hybrid. Not a fan of hybrid varieties, but I'm just going for it this year just for fun. I don't know, why not try it out? And then for the garden beans, I'm doing the Bush Blue Lake 274. It's 58 days to harvest. I have really great success with these beans. I specifically use them for canning. I don't freeze them. We like them canned with some salt, but you will probably see me buying some green beans from the store too, because you can do that. You can grow your own and you can buy from the store. Don't ever let anyone tell you you can't. Anyways, 55 days to harvest for the mellow yellow, kind of like a yellow wax bean and a green bean combined. And then we have a bunch from the Dollar Tree. So we're doing sunflowers down there, zinnias. I did throw some hollyhock in there. We'll probably see that next season, but why not? And then the peas. So this is saying 5 to 10 days to germinate and then 58 days to maturity. Again, when I'm doing my peas and my beans, I ignore spacing. I just really do whatever I want. And then once they start to poke up, I start to weave them. And I mentioned the Florida weave method. So I just have 2 T-posts on either side. And then I take jute, and you're just making lines. The T-posts usually have divots in it that you can do that with. If it doesn't, you can just wrap the jute. It's not a big deal. But once those peas get to, I'd say about a foot, I start weaving them in and out. And I have found that really creates space in itself, because I can maneuver the plant the way I want it to. And again, peas and beans are great just because you get to them rather quickly. And you could also create a row of shade, which is why I started growing beans in Colorado, because it was so warm in Colorado and it was killing my plants. So I was trying to create shade with the plants that I already had without using a shade cloth. So I would use sunflowers, I would use beans. You could obviously use a trellis. I didn't have one in Colorado. So I'm interested to see what happens there. Again, we're loving the East Coast just because of the humidity and because it naturally rains. So I'm not constantly out there watering the garden like a fiend, hoping that my plants will hold on for dear life. We are just letting good old Mother Nature do its work. But we do have that rain barrel. So if we need to collect water, we can do that too. I also use my duck pond water to water. I don't use any of my water backstock. If you were here a few videos back, I got some from the natural spring up the mountain here, and I did get questions about that. I'm typically not using that for the garden. We have a well here and it's pretty decent water, but I still filter it. So I just have my hose filter, and then I have my regular water filters for drinkable water. So yes, we are going to head on outside, and I'm going to show you this camera. I'm still learning, so we are going to do a good old-fashioned unboxing, and we will learn together. It does come with an app. It does not run on your Wi-Fi, which was really important to me for various reasons. I will unbox it with you and we'll put it together and see how it goes. And then hopefully the kids will come out and help me plant. They love to, so that's a plus. We're gonna go get that started. What do you have? Oh, I'm not a fan of him. Oh my gosh, okay. Are you gonna give them to the chickens?
Yep.
Wow.
But we need to fill it up with tons.
Yeah, with a bunch, huh?
I wanted to get right
A jar of lanternflies. When I was your age, I collected lightning bugs.
And
This is
killed
the-
them?
No, I didn't. I put holes in it, but this is the new age of collecting bugs, huh?
Oh.
Alrighty, here it is. Pretty standard. Obviously, I'll take it out of the box, but security camera, solar. Let's see the specs here. Two-way audio, PIR detection, color night vision. That's what we want. Weatherproof, card storage, cloud storage. Awesome. Let's see what she looks like. Okay, so yeah, I have it set up here, just positioned there. It's not really secure, obviously secure it, but it's pretty incognito. I don't think a squirrel would be deterred if they saw anything, or Rosie the groundhog, Nosy Rosie, because she's always in our business. But yeah, I think it looks good right now. Sorry, duck mating season once again. But anyways, I'm excited. We're gonna get some seeds in the ground here, and I will excuse you trying to talk, and I will kind of go over which one I'm doing. I'm going to keep these rows pretty close together. Again, I ignore spacing often, so I don't know what's going to germinate or not during a direct sow. You know, it could be all the seeds, it could be none, but I just want to get as much produce as I possibly can, and then once they get a little bit more mature, I can thin them out if I need to. Okay, taking a quick little sit break, but we're going to go up and I'm going to tell you what I'm planting. So beets on the end because that has the deepest soil, and these are a root vegetable. So yeah, we're going to do that. And then I'm going to line the beds with hollyhock. I'll see those in a year, but I still just want to get them in there just for some shade. And then I'm going to do nasturtium and impatiens, like a row of that just for fun. And then we're going to do sweet corn and Brussels because we just want to keep it tall. It's literally every time I talk. Wendy. We're trying to keep it tall here. So all the taller crops. Cool. Oh, wow. Cool, buddy. It's got a beehive. Oy vey. Anyways, the tall crops are going to come up, and then we're going to go from there. So beans are going to be along the sides here, just so we can Florida weave it. And then greens, arugula, things like that, that's going to go right in here. And then we'll actually have quite a bit of room for other crops that we may pick up in the next week or so. All right, I have you zoomed out here, but I have half the packet of hollyhock right here. And then I'm just going to do another row. This soil was pretty compacted when I got it. I feel like now is the biggest investment just because we're getting a lot of soil. But once we have that compost established, this really will, I mean, of course we'll have to put some random work in it, but this really will be easier next season, and we'll have a sweet new baby. But yeah, I'm just sprinkling in here. This is hollyhock. Are you coming to help?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I was looking for that BB gun, but Mom,
Oh, you're looking for your BB gun. You've lost a BB gun? Oh goodness, well, go find her. That's important. So we have a row of hollyhock here, and then we're going to do beets. Impatiens, those are the So Easies, which are like the pelletized seeds, which I really like. I thought they would be pretty right there next to the arugula, so we're going to go for it. I have the whole packet of beets here. Sorry, you got a little dirt in your face, but I'm just going right next to those hollyhocks. I don't really need the hollyhocks this year. So these are 4 for $1. Yeah, you get a ton of beet seeds in here. There's probably like 40 of them. So we'll do one packet on one side, one on the other, and hope for some good germination. They're a quarter, so I'm gonna plant the whole packet, but you can do whatever you want. It does say that, you know, they expire in a year, and I've had Dollar Tree seeds that haven't expired in a year, and I store those in Mylar. I take them right out of that packet there. Storm Mylar. So we have beets, a row of beets. Woo! So I ended up doing 2 beet rows, and then I'm gonna leave a space because when I thin them, I'm gonna move them to the other spot here when they get mature. And then, oh, almost fell down my hill. We're gonna do 2 rows of the Brussels right next to this line of hollyhock. All right, so it depends if you like Brussels sprouts, but it's a fun one to grow. Honestly, it's such an interesting plant to me. They do come on that stalk, and you know what? I think we'll only have enough for 1 row. If I cared enough to space them, then we'd probably have 2, but here we are. I don't even know what to call me. The lazy gardener? The 3rd trimester tired gardener. That's what we shall be called. I'm having a weird day on the internet. People on the other channel, if you didn't know, I have another channel about motherhood and such. I have a video going a little popular, and I have the meanest girls saying the meanest things. And I had said in a video recently that I don't get along with women well, as they can be so cruel. And my mom did warn me, it doesn't stop, you know, after high school and elementary school. It continues on, and I don't like it. I'm trying to raise my girls to be just kind, and hating people on the internet, like I don't like keyboard warriors, they really bother me, like, a lot, especially when they're women. So it's so cowardly, and and it says so much about them. You know, I've grown a thick skin, but at the same time, I'm just like, my daughters will have to interact with your daughters or you, and I don't know how to prepare them for that. So any tips and tricks would be great in the comments. Okay, you can kind of see the difference in color, but everything's seeded up to about that last 2 feet. I'm gonna get it nice and watered in because we're not having rain for a little bit. There were some moldy seeds from the Dollar Tree, so I didn't plant those, but it's interesting for sure. I can't say I've ever had that, so it could be my fault. I could have just had them in there for too long, and some moisture got to them. So yeah, we'll say it was my fault because I just don't see how I wouldn't have picked up on that. But anyways, I'll talk to you when we get inside after I water. It is the next day, and there was no motion detected on that camera, which is totally fine. Gomez did get out, and it was not in, Gomez is our turkey if you're new here, it was not in view of the camera. So if I set it out a little, I don't know, a little backwards, and I think it would be fine, but he's just poking around at nighttime when I'm watering the garden. He, from what I understand, imprinted on me, so he just wants to be near me, is again my understanding. But yeah, that's what he was doing. I think everything looks pretty awesome, though. I did notice that the chicks and ducks killed some sort of bird in there, so they're like pecking at that. I have to go deal with that situation, but I did end up moving the camera back to a secure spot right here, and I think that will work a little bit better. But it looks really nice out here. I'm excited about our progress. Of course, I will link that camera in the description box. I'm still learning the ins and outs. You do have to download an app, and it does have a SIM card, so it's a trail camera essentially, but it can also run off of your 4G, which is kind of cool. And I do think they have others that hook up to your Wi-Fi, but I thought it was a really interesting live feed, just because I don't know, I'm not very tech savvy, but this one was easy to do. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will catch you next time. It's going to rain today, so I think we're going to do a few inside things and really just prepare this house for the baby, because preparedness comes in all shapes and forms, and preparing for a baby is no joke. You just got to have a lot of love in your heart. So I will catch you soon. Thanks so much for being here.
I just wanna hold you. I just wanna look into your eyes and tell you that